This is a story about the soul of a community and its passion for a sport. A tale of mergers and money.
I feel as if somebody in my family has died. It does feel as if you've lost someone. Something has been taken away from you.
I'd like to smack somebody straight in the face and say, listen, you, debate ain't enough, because that's how angry I am. You've lost all your links back to the people, and the people are the ones who matter most to this sport, because they're the ones who've built it up for 100 years.
They can't survive without the money. They're not getting the income through the turnstiles, and basically they've got to understand if they don't merge, then we'll lose Featherstone altogether. So let's merge. At least we've got something round here that's going to still play rugby league.
For a century, rugby league has held northern towns together. Now it threatens to tear them apart. For this West Yorkshire community, its focal point and pride is their rugby league club, Featherstone Rovers. The club symbolises what the sport is all about, a sport for the people. But now, a decision has been made which could sever the links between this club and the community forever, making local grounds like these a thing of the past. 2 weeks ago, Rugby League struck a deal involving satellite television, and a new Super League was born. What was once a local sport for northern towns will now be beamed to a global audience.
From the Sky Satellite Network, this is Sky Sport.
It cost Rupert Murdoch £75 million for exclusive 5-year coverage. Some of the existing clubs will merge. For instance, the 3 rival sides in West Yorkshire, Featherstone Rovers, Castleford and Wakefield Trinity, will become a new team named Calder. The deal will save the game financially, but some supporters fear it could destroy what they believe is theirs.
We must retain our local identity at all costs. When everything else has been taken away from us, and rugby's the only thing we've got left, we must never, ever give in to the big boys.
Here, supporters from all 3 clubs have called an unprecedented emergency meeting to try and stop the proposal. Petitions are being signed and protests planned as past rivalries are cast aside.
It's obvious that you're here because you care about your clubs and that you care about the communities that you live in.
They share an emotional investment in the sport.
Half of that ground at Post Office Road's been built during strikes. It's been built by people at Wakefield and Castleford in their holidays, moving bricks, painting things, digging ground up. It's not yours to give away.
Featherstone was a mining community, broken by the strike in 1984. Today, unemployment is double the national average. Their proud history of toil and sport is now hewn in rock.
Featherstone are grand fighters. They've been fighting financial odds for years.
And they've had a rugby club since 1889, the smallest town in Britain to have one. Yet the team has won the biggest trophy in the game 3 times.
Okay, off we go.
The next generation look to the club to maintain their identity. But supporters of the Super League believe it may be the only way for the sport to survive.
Think about the next generation below you, your own children, and just hope really that by bringing in the finance we can develop better squads.
What would you say to those people who feel the chairman has sold the sport down the river?
28 clubs are insolvent, £75 million on the table, £300 million worldwide on offer. How could a chairman who knows that the bailiffs are knocking at the door of various clubs refuse this type of income? Because if you refuse it, then there might not be a game in 2 seasons' time.
I'd want a lot more than 75 million just to save Featherstone Rovers for 1 year. Never mind have 75 million put in game for 5 years. 75 million's nothing compared to value and quality we get out of watching them.
Good Friday's local derby between Featherstone and Castleford, the highlight of the season. A third of Featherstone's population of 14,000 turned up. But tonight could be the last chance they'll ever get to cheer for their own team.
Friday's match might be the last time that I get the chance to see representatives of my community play representatives of the next town. And I don't want it to happen. Nobody wants it to happen.
Well, my heart's going so fast I can't stop it. You know, it's the build-up, it's the atmosphere in the crowd, it's the tension, the passion, it's the local derby, it's everything. Forget the rest of the season. Tonight is Castleford and Featherstone.
I'm nervous as usual, very nervous, especially with it being the match that it is. It's always a good match between ourselves and Castleford as being so local, but tonight especially, it could possibly be the last time that we play them down here, and the way I feel I just can't describe at the moment, you know, got all the Lucky Charms on and everything.
But the Lucky Charms didn't help. Featherstone were beaten by Castleford in the yellow by 27 points to 6. At half-time, protesters from both sides ran onto the pitch to vent their frustration over the planned merger. It was the first time scenes like this have ever been witnessed here. But despite the anger of the crowds, there was never a threat of violence. Featherstone Rovers is run by its members, unlike other clubs which are limited companies. And later this month, they will have the final decision over whether their club will join the Super League. But only a few support a merger.
I understand exactly what they feel. I feel the same. But the bottom line is, if we don't do it, we won't survive.
For some, it's not a matter of money.
It's my life. I've got children at home, I've got an husband, but Featherstone Rovers is my life. People can't understand what you feel about this sport.
For others, the emotional ties are just too strong.
It'll be like losing a best friend. I lost my dad 3 years since. I feel as though I'm losing club now, but I'm going to fight. And I'm not going to lose another good friend. Because I believe in Featherstone Rovers and I believe in Featherstone.
If they don't join the Super League, the club may well retain its unique identity. But they could sacrifice millions from a sport about to be given a world stage.